players by himself in the world, if not the best on this map. Really insane mini player to have. And Henny, the last 2 times that they played against G2, was definitely Furia's best player by a pretty good margin. So Honda, big shoes to fill. Comes in, we'll see how ready they are to play Nuke in the first place.
Well, it's Hunter inside of the vents. Quickly dives downwards. You've got Art looking on the other side, scouring this mini, looking for some kind of contact, but maybe just can't find a fight, at least not one that really favors him. He will get into the duel versus Nico, has to go for the reload, and he's caught between 3 CTs. That's a great first pickup for G2, but it does offer Furia a bit of presence down on the B site. Hunter has the doors blown off the hinges right in front of him. And now at this point, it's just take the bomb plant. Damn, get what you can. And maybe somebody like Honda can pick up a couple kills. I mean, he's got that first one, second, and third. Honda looking for a potential 3rd ace in this series. We are into the 2v2, and he sees this player back by ramp. It's Amanek with the tap. Honda, 4 kills to his name, and K Serato, he's slain. It has to be Honda. It has to be the 3rd ace, and he rounds the corner. He takes it again and again and again.
Another ace! The world's easiest drive-by for Honda on the Glock. You kidding?
Can't believe
you
your
kidding?
eyes.
3 aces in his debut versus Tier 1 competition with 2 recorded matches on HLTV.
Boom. What a glow up. I mean, like 3-4 of these kills are versus players not watching him, but that just is a testament to his positioning. Justified pop-off. Welcome to the big league, kids. You've got what it takes. Right back in with the force. Don't think for a moment that what we have had in this series, this high-octane play, is going to disappear for map 3. The electricity in the server is thick.
Like, they're not even crappy aces, too. They're all fast, they're all sick. And on important rounds, the pistol in map 3, where the question was, can Honda match up to the impact that Henny puts down on this map? Maybe he can in a different way, even if it's not playing with the same playstyle.
Amanek's gonna find a back turn, though. Good first pickup, K Serato, immediate trade back. Hunter, he's gonna get challenged here on the back of the A site. Honda gets the better of him, but it's costly. And Yuri catches Amanek before he can hit the ground. So the double deagle's all that's left here for G2. A 4v2 favoring Furia.
For just a moment, turns 2v3. They don't seem to want to take it any farther than this. Recovering the Galil and falling back as Nico. Nexa on the hunt for a gun of his own. And yeah, that's the round over and done with. Nice couple of kills. Another one for Honda. He's 6-0 on the match. I don't think this has ever happened before, man. When's the last time someone's got... I mean, it feels like a floppy moment where he got 2 1v5s in 24 hours. Yeah. Hunter 3 aces in 3 maps. But in his debut, it has to be the most impressive debut of all time.
One of.
If not the. Like, who has ever done that? I mean, in some aspects, we could call out parts of the system and how he's playing. It's not necessarily they're just dominant, but... And on an individual level, considering the lack of chemistry and experience, that is just something that we just cannot gloss over. If there's any trajectory to decipher from, you know, that level of play this early on, it just shows that there's just so much goddamn potential there, right? It's not really about G2 getting used to that. That could happen to them from any player. He was just good enough.
Oof. Quick trade frag. One of the 2 guns down for G2. Yuri's going to stay patiently tucked back behind the silos. We see G2 scrambling down into the lower halls, so they definitely have the presence in position, but do they have the tools they need for this job? K Serato, quick headshot, and he's going to keep his eyes up looking for another. The doorway's both smoked off. Amanek's going to try to apply the pressure. Vinny, though, comes off of the bomb plant, scrambles the aim of the 5-7, and the 4v2 is what we're left with. Looking like Furia, 3-0 start yet again.
That's clean. 4 alive as well. We'll try to go for minimal losses. A lot of incentive to get some kills. Damage isn't here for Kenny Essen. He'll try to mess with his opponent, gets the tag off with the deagle. Caserado eventually wins the duel, but Nico will find one for himself, and that takes out the majority of the players from Furia. Very successful round here from G2, despite losing. The save and the upgrade to the AK is a nice touch as well, and so it was a clean start, but yeah, they get some compensation for it, and walking away with this AK is a very nice win. Four frags from Caserado.
Yep.
Cleaned house.
Keeping it lively here on map 3. Pretty rapid pace to these rounds as well.
You love to see it.
Kenny S.
And
It's
this
a zinger.
I was on Mirage where Furia ran out of time on that T side round.
Yeah.
Things looked really weird for a second, but they brought it right back. They got back into it
Thanks to Honda.
when they first. Yeah, exactly.
That clutch.
That's true. That's true. The 1v2. Damn, that's true.
So, talking about his debut, we're not only talking, aces out of nowhere, but also throwing in crucial clutch.
Yep, true.
For a 16-14 win. It's a big deal. When they were already facing a series loss, having not picked up their own map pick of Inferno, but now they've got a challenge here. We've seen G2 with good success early on CT sides once they have their weapons, and despite Caserado picking up the opening kill, it's Kenny S with the answer right back. Splatters Art outside, and Nexa, well, he's gonna have 2 players challenging him right here. Quick flick, nice shots from Nexa. He manages to survive with 20 health the difference.
The way they came at him, it was a perfect fork. That couldn't have been better.
But they both looked at vents.
Yeah, and he just didn't give the second player any time at all. Very, very nicely done. 2 headshots in, and Nexus stays alive too with vision on the bomb. Honda parked outside, but yeah, he's gotta get a new ticket. I think there's not enough space for him or time. He'll have to make some progress forward. Bomb still lower, and where is Caserado? Outside of Squeaky, maybe?
Yeah, walking around the A floor.
Okay.
Nexa, ooh. Grenades though, Honda. Missing the mark again with that Molotov.
That was a very, very funny smoke on Mirage, and I'm only laughing because they still won the game.
Yeah, right.
But my goodness, what a smoke.
That Molotov was meant to go into heaven, which would have technically forced the feet forward for Caserado to pick up his kill. Instead, he dies, and we watch Honda save this AK. So G2 Esports, the moment they've got themselves guns, they've got themselves a round win.
Yeah, well, that's something nice. Do they hunt him? I don't think they... they're not in a really good position to try to find him. He's just too far away. He went on a road trip, Connor.
You gotta stop, bro. They're gonna kick us off the mic.
Nothing else to do. Someone saves with 30 seconds. I'm gonna come up with a car pun. Okay.
Get it all out of your system.
This is the worst, most bun smoke of all time. Can we talk about that? It looks, first of all, that's a very generous angle. It looked way worse from even Art's position.
Yeah. Mark just did a really good job of making that look good. Now we're back in with what Furia can afford. 3 pistols in the mix, but we've seen Honda's Deegs.
Terrible nades. That's why Honda fits in perfectly.
Art's able to cross over towards mini roof, and around the corner he goes. Actually, wow, nice Kenny S. Hits that first shot, follows up with the second. 2 for 2. Damage comes through smoke. Hunter, frazzled, fires back.
Art said, space created, win the round. But he just died too soon.
I did my job.
Yeah. I put up my end of the bargain. Try to get the opening kill. They know Kenny's up in the heavens, but enough time has passed. That information has an expiry date. And Kenny, I mean, he's got a couple of opponents, and Yuri is just outside of his vision.
Just to the right of it. Yeah. Windows shatter down beneath him. Amanek now on high alert.
Oh, look how close. Oh, that's an uncomfortable bounce. I mean, it's, yeah. Like, there's no threats coming at him from Mini, but now he's got to think about someone who might have wrapped around and waited outside the smoke.
Who put that edge there?
Yeah. It's like a little electrical box.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's never had any impact on any game ever until right now.
In a $1 million tournament.
Serves its purpose. Hunter, he's going to get aggressive here despite the low HP. He's got Nico just back behind him. And this actually makes Caserado's job so much harder.
Yeah.
2T's back toward... Oh, wait! Hunter,
Oh, the kid.
he gets
critical.
aggressive, dies, but that's okay. Nico trades and gets possession of the bomb, then goes one better. Amonek's gonna hear this sound cue. Vinny caught off guard, and G2 doubling up their round count to the 3-2 lead. Furia still hold on, but their economy is gone.
Hey, it was a great round strategically from Furia. They do a lot with very little. The 2 kills were awesome inside of ramp, but the most important frag was the one Nico gets. Drops a bomb, and then allows Amanek to find someone running out of heaven to find Nico, and Nico obviously gets the last kill as well. Very great stuff from the 2 of them. Nice recovery to get back into the game. And yes, started out strong with an ace from Honda, but we are long past into round 6, and Furia are back onto pistols once again.
Not even a flashbang here for Furia to work with, so these are going to have to be some nasty dry peaks. But when and where?
Be a conversational eco, potentially. A pseudo pause.
All right, guys, in the next round, Honda, can you do that thing again?
Yeah, control room ace, please.
Blocks go barreling around the corners outside. Kenny S serves as a great distraction.
I love this Kenny S versus Art flying off of mini saga that we've got going on.
Yeah, 0 for 2 is Art.
It's like watching Goku charge a spirit bomb for 4 episodes. We just don't know when he's going to throw it.
But it could be any moment.
Let's see if he ends up ever getting that kill. No, Kenny, it's a favorite spot of his. Like a lot of time. I mean, that's just where operas are. But he's very good from up top.
Perfect.
Watching, he's very good at hitting the shot on the player crossing. Secret over the smoke. He's maybe the fastest opera in history. So spotting people off of any small edge out there, very, very sharp, very quick, and very reliable. So that's why he's perched up in that position a lot. And let's see why Art wants to continue to challenge him. And if he will, he's got the Mac 10 this time. There's 2, this is kind of a little bit new for Art. A lot of the times on T side, it's like a lot of squeaky lurks that come out, but that got played, became a little bit stale. He started getting punished way too often. I'm not a huge fan of the T side of Furia for that reason. I feel like Art's plays are not, I think, a little bit one-dimensional. Let's see what happens here.
Damage through smoke. Quesarado, worse for wear. Caught by Nexa as they arrive down into the vents. There is, however, a T in here, but they're caught on the ladder. And he gets a second kill before, of course, Quesarado's able to get into the mix. Hunter, he could throw himself down here. If they think they've got a player still stranded inside of lobby, then Hunter, he's going to be in the middle of it all. We've got Quesarado over towards control. Vinny now down onto the bomb site. If he comes off of this plant and doubles back to Heisenberg, he's dead. And Hunter is hunting all the closer he gets, step by step. Perfect flash into the face of Vinny. He's an easy pickup. Yuri, he's able to get that kill upstairs.
Oh, he can stick this.
We've got a player fully sticking. That bomb is gone. 4th round for G2.
I have no one in to come in on the close. Yeah, that's it. They'll fall back, and they were hoping that it was going to be a tap, but Hunter was just too wise. Walking in through, knowing no one was coming in from behind. Super easy stuff, and G2 win the round. The vent drop is successful, and that's not the play I'm talking about. It's usually when Art will stand on the outside of vent and go for the kill on top of Mini, or walk out into, the kill on top of Hut, or walk out and try to kill the guy backside by himself. He's not doing that this game, which it's cool to see they're straying away from. The vent dives, critical part of this map. I think even if you don't want to be a team that vent dives a lot, you cannot be the team that everyone knows won't vent dive. So you've got to at least try it sometimes. You've got to draw out that utility. Some of the freest utility you can get is from the guy who comes up into heaven. If you've got him throwing his incendiary every single round, that's going to win you rounds later on in the game and over time. So, like that they pose that threat. It's a super strong strat to have people go for the full-on vent dive, even with really good guns if they have the spawn to permit it. And yeah, I think it only fails because of some good awareness downstairs, the early rotation. Whoever it was at Nexa, he's the guy who's dealing with
sitting inside of the vent.
Side, yeah.
You could see them so desperate to get off of the ladder.
Right. They know the flank's coming in.
Yeah.
They know he's right there as well.
Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
Ooh.
And Hunter can't survive the smoke spam from Quesarado. Again, we got a couple players down the vent, but this time Nexa's not here. And therefore, Agent 007 here, Art, with 1480R.
Space created.
Job done.
This is one of my favorite angles outside.
Oh, hey there.
Limits you a little bit. That's a big opening kill.
Yeah, that's...
And I think Nico's position is kind of... Okay, wait. Hold on a second. Oh, they're planting the bomb lower. Yeah, there's no chance for Nico to get back into this round. Everybody else is way too far as well. And they lose that opening kill with the Queserado spam into Hunter, who's sitting trying to deal with Squeaky, innocently putting some bullets back through the smoke. And, of course, you know, you poke the bear sometimes. It'll bite back. And that's just the name of the game, you know. He follows the tracers, kills Hunter, and that helps them win the round a lot more easily.
It's a round win, so we can't rag on it too much. But is that another instance of Honda kind of like coming out squeaky, getting caught off, being caught when he maybe should have been on high guard? Like, the challenge he did through Hut into Amanek, Amanek could have been so ready for that peak, but he happened to be watching Mini. And then Honda takes another huge risk by just walking out squeaky with no support. You know, in that position with a B plant. Yeah, Art 2.0, right? But it just goes back to what we were talking about on Mirage, where it's like sometimes Honda does get caught.
Yeah.
You know, there's time to learn. I'm not gonna bully the kid in his big debut. I think he's doing wonderfully. He's 7-6 at the moment, second most amount of kills. There's actually 2 players on Furia with 0 frags. Art and Vinny.
Yikes.
0-12 between the two.
Combine them. I mean, that just sounds way worse.
Yeah, right. Yeah, sorry guys. I thought that would help.
That is rough. That is rough.
But hey, the game's tied and the economy is good. So it's never too late to turn it up. The time is now, Furia. Map 3, opening series of the Blast Global Finals.
They win the round, you know, in pacifist mode by getting into lower with just 1 or 2 casualties. So, you know,
open
it was
round.
very clean. Yeah, so they find another way into a round very quietly. They found the open location. No one's protecting it. An interesting way to defend, and no one's rotating lower.
Nope.
Ooh, this is not a very great round here. Nexa, they just don't have the information to call either. It's really no one's fault except for the opening setup.
Ooh, Art's watching, and he gets bested.
Damn, he's been solid down here. Could he get more?
Well, the bomb plant's over towards the corner, so that cannot be stopped. Flash for the peak, perhaps the second time around. Nexa sees nobody in the open ground because we've got 2 Ts from Furia very much anchored in on the back of sight. Honda's actually over towards Decon door, a little deeper than Vinny, who again is looking to get on the scoreboard. Nico creeping in, and Honda, this is going to be a tough hold. He gets neither of those frags. Vinny now has to turn his head around or else he is fully exposed, and this retake is about to rock Furia to the core. Queserado over towards ramp, a single kill. But there is still time for the defuse. G2, 5 rounds to 4.
Wow, absolutely beautiful. That was clinical. It worked on so many different fronts. They stayed very calm. Shout out to Nexa. That was definitely not a good position to be in. CT side leave ramp open. I love that they didn't overthink it. They saw ramp was wide open. They realized there's not that many people to gather sound except for maybe the turnpike player that quickly. Rotations are not going to be that easy to make. They don't overthink it. They get downstairs fast. It's all about Nexa getting his kill, maintaining control of control side. And I like that it's called control because I think that's such an important spot for the T's in the post plant. And just not dying is enormous. Getting a kill is even bigger. And then everybody else really just played it patiently enough, but not so much that they ran out.
Oh, Hunter falls
On the retake.
He slips off of the edge of, oh my goodness, the hut where Queserado cuts down a second player. The Kovacs are dead. And Amanek, well, it's all on him to try and hold this. He does shave a player back into the 3v4. Not the best of spots. Yuri, he's hunting for Kenny, and that's an easy back turned. So it could be Furia to tie this game at 5 rounds apiece. We'll see. Amanek still alive and kicking, but only for another kill. And Nexa, man of the hour. Look at a clutch. 1 versus 3. Bomb plant front sight. Vinny forced forward. Nexa sees the peak, gets the headshot, and almost has the chance. But of course, it's Honda with yet another clutch.
Another clutch. An important moment as well. This was the response round for Furia after losing one. That was very close with a good opening. This really would have taken the wind out of their sails. Queserado has been an absolute demon from inside on the squeaky, spamming through the smoke, getting 1 and 2 kills sometimes. Both Kovacs go down, and that is the sight cracked wide open like a can of tuna.
Yep.
They going fast?
Looks like.
Maybe fake again towards ramp. Oh no.
Flashes out. K-Serrato leading the charge. It's Nexa at bat. Ooh, nothing other than damage on 2. Kenny shoots through and finds Art. 4v4. Hunter swings door wide, and that works out for his favor. Now that damage that was done by Nexa is significant because we've got about half health on Vinny and K-Serrato. They're getting prodded from all directions thanks to the utility. And Honda looks like he wants to get a bit more aggressive. Fake bomb plant from Vinny. Trying to elicit a reaction. Kenny S attempts to get into the action, but this smoke still keeps him out of it. Almost finds a shot through it, but instead that bomb's now planted. They've got one CT coming down from ramp eventually. That's Amanek. In the meantime, Nico, he keeps his eyes on Secret because they don't know where all 3 players are. And Amanek, he looks away. This actually gives a massive post-plant position over to Honda because he now has a great angle. Vinny distracting from the control room, and as he comes back down to the doors, he gets another kill. Honda reactivates. Imagine that. You get the kill on Amanek, you have the option to be a deep anchor, and instead, he walks above their heads and plays atop the decon. I love the way Honda just throws himself back into the engagement instead of playing scared.
Definitely. It's the positional compensation of taking that risk. Going for the ramp play opens up an insanely powerful post-plant position, but as you mentioned, he gets the kill, he clears it out, knows no one else is coming from there, and recognizes actually the threat towards decon, and can fall back into a position in the site that appears risky, but if he gets there in time, it's a spot that they're never going to expect to see him, knowing that his teammate had just called ramp was taken over. So this is really big stuff. Nice to see him kind of have the confidence to make those plays and take those timings, because it really gave the advantage to Furia, helped them win the round, assuredly. Now 6-5, and these two are such a good matchup. We're seeing very early streaks met by good adaptations. And very full taps overall. There is finally the lurk play that we normally see from Art. K-Serrato continuing his dominance here in Squeaky.
Yeah, that second player out in K-Serrato. Great trade, crucial moment. Op shot missed by Kenny. He sees his target. K-Serrato just playing with his food, puts the smoke. And Kenny S almost again finding these smoke spams. Nico tries to stick the deagle to K-Serrato, but now it's really on Nexa. He hears this reload up close. Honda peeking wide into it, gets the headshot, and this will secure the 7th round. This is 7 T rounds for Furia, leading by 2, having 3 in a row, with still 3 to go.
I love the pace. So much versatility here. So many different flavors from Furia. We've got the outside takes early on that didn't work out. Then they turned to Squeaky, and then they turned to ramp. And some of those plays downstairs actually worked out well, but we had equally good and even better responses on the retakes from G2, right? Really scary to pull off retakes like that, but they do. And then Furia take it even to another level. They keep it just as fast, but now they're hitting upstairs. They're using K-Serrato. And it's really just the hardest set of rounds to win. It feels like another team, G2 would be dominating them, but Furia are constantly changing it up. Not afraid to keep the tempo just as high, but call brand new things. Really like to see that.
And we get those bank accounts from G2 bottomed out. Couple guys short on nades. Fomus in the mix for Amanek. Furia with momentum, man. The pace of this T-side's been electric.
Definitely.
And I am all aboard. Art with the op outside. Got a CT towards Mini.
Wow, I thought no way Furia would win this, like, you know, Nuke, but the way they're playing now, it's definitely, there's a case for it.
Another bad smoke, man.
Yeah, it's not quite, it looks like, wow, is it actually going to be a bait? Pulling it forward, oh my god.
Magnetized.
Yeah, it lures Nico in like bait.
Now Kenny S, he's changed up his angle. Nicely done. Repositions vertically, and you saw Yuri looking for that op shot into heaven. Instead, it's him dead and a man advantage back for G2. Nexus peak could net them yet another. Oh, but he starts to drop the shot, and now that repeat comes in. K-Serrato, great trade, but the aggression from Amanek gets the difference. And Vinny, well, he does have this bomb. He's on for the 1v3. Nobody nearby to stop him.
He's planning for ramp? Yeah, he can walk towards it. This is not a bad move. It's not planted perfectly, so he'll have to walk out, but he's waiting for the moment to get this kill and then push the choke point, but he's getting attacked from them back as well, so he'll have to pick this best timing. And he knows he's going to have to fight this soon.
It's 2 out decon. Flashbang, but they don't make the most of it. The other CT is about to peek on his right side. He fires off for the headshot, gets himself the first, but then Hunter can trade it without Kenny S needing to take the risk. And even if he gets that second kill, I feel like Kenny catches it.
He didn't really give him I thought he was definitely going to try to get control of ramp, whether or not someone was there. If he thought it was open, then it would have been a good spot to play from, but I guess the bomb was planted in such a way that he would have had to come out anyways for it. But yeah, you know, very low odds he was going to get all 3 kills standing out in the open in the site. But he gives it his best try and at least gets the plant. So that's supplants the income for this follow-up round. We see the ADR very high for K Serato, 15-8, making up for the missing presence of Henny here with some very impressive impact, especially towards Squeaky. And we are now rounding out another very, very close half on map number 3. No telling who's going to take pole position.
It's going to be a fiery finish to this first half. Outside control looking like Nico's at bat. Haven't really seen him fighting outside all too much, but this time he is successful, tapping away with the M4, trying to find the head of Vinny. Art, in the meantime, gets his 3rd kill of this half. Getting the better of Hunter. Nico falls back. Art and Honda barely alive as Amanek racks up the damage. 2 CTs within this A site. K Serato in a bit of a pickle, decides to dive down vents. Looking to join Vinny with that bomb.
Yeah, they're kind of late. I mean, Nexus
Nexa can wide swing.
Yeah, it's all about him.
Ooh.
Oh,
Vinny crosses. Art looks to hold this in, and a big headshot. Considering he had 25 HP, that's massive. He throws the AK over to Vinny, and now Art's relegated to the Deagle. Even 3v3. Utility for Kenny. Kits on all. A frag grenade dunked on Art would be the end of his attempt in this 14th round. Let's see it. Damage exchanged. It's now only Vinny with a full HP bar, and he is very much committed to the site. Yet again, standing out in the open in a crucial post plant. Nico lines up 2 kills. Let's see it, Vinny. 1v3. He'll find himself nothing. And G2 jump on bomb just in the nick of time.
It's very consistent with G2, and I think it's just such a great way to come to the end of this half. Another round where the pace is good, so the entries are cool, going back and forth early on, very fiery starts. Furia get an open site, they plant the bomb, but they lose the post plant consistently. And I think that's just pure credit to G2, the way that they're playing it. So much composure. And I think it's more impressive to win a retake than it is to win a post plan as a T, of course. A lot of coordination necessary, calculating grenades and time, and staying cohesive on multiple points. But yeah, Nexa already backstabbed by one of his teammates. Let's see if they'll have an impact on this round.
Nico's gonna have to fall back there, but that's been called. They know Honda's about to aggress this, or do they? Hunter seems to get caught right off. And Nico now looking for the deeper angle. Amanek holding his ground. 2 kills to his name. Still 2 players slain versus G2. It's the 3v3 with Nico coming back into the mini. He's got 2 players directly to his right, but he is so damn blind. He doubles back. He disengages and then comes in for second servings. He will get the better of Art, but that bomb's now planted. And Nexa looking to wrap around towards Squeaky Door. Yuri trying to fight. He is all that's left over. A 3rd 1v3 attempt. Consecutive post-plant attempts. And G2 has been consistent in their retakes. Kenny's got that long-range angle. Nexa and Nico up close. Let's see it, Yuri. Only good for 1. An 8th round for G2 to close out the first half. 5 of their 8 round wins by way of retake. Consecutive maps with 8-7 halves to start things off. And we know how close Mirage came in the very end. So Nuke, and I'm expecting more of the same.
Another very close second half. Yeah, I mean,
let's see it.
Yeah, let's definitely I mean, I thought that the CT side was going to be. I thought we was going to be even stronger than that. A lot of them coming down to the retakes, and honestly, it was very impressive that they got there. But still, very, very strong first half from Furia. Super impressive already. Consider this a win for them in some sense. But you know, they're so close to the finish line now. I mean, anything goes. Let's see if Furia can actually pull this out. Win the best of 3 versus G2 without one of their best performing players versus G2 in an even more important tournament than last year.
Yeah. Oh my God. Not a single point of damage.
Can they miss?
Kenny S gonna answer back. Claps one. Yuri is dead, but that is it. Did you see the fluidity of Furia?
I loved it.
The way they flew up that vent and just stuck USPs to the faces of G2. We are tied at 8 rounds immediately.
That was clean. We have had consistently strong starts for Furia, right? Yeah. USB ninjas.
Sorry, I was making sound effects over your question.
I was just gonna say they have like how many pistols have they won?
A lot.
Yeah,
man.
it feels like they're winning most of the pistols.
They've gotten 3-0 starts in the first 2 maps of this series in the second half.
Oh,
know what
okay.
I mean?
Yeah.
They're always kicking off the
Like,
second
at
half
least
with a
half
3-0.
of the, yeah, right.
That's what I meant to say. We'll get there.
Yeah. That's,
Will G2.
A lot of them.
A decoy. And 5 Glocks.
Right in
Man.
the rim of the silo. What's up?
I just realized we've got 17 kills and 17 and 13 kills for Quesarado and Honda. And before that frag from Yuri, it would have been 17 for the rest of the team. So, you know, the big question was like, can they do it without Henny? And Honda very much filled those shoes.
Yeah, sure.
Here in the anti-eco, it's just easy pickups outside. G2 trying to challenge at a distance where their weapons are going to betray them. No questions asked, no surprises, no curveballs. 5 guys alive for Furia as they take their 9th round.
I think that's an important thing to take a look at as this half moves on. From G2's perspective, you know, their T-side nuke should not fail versus Furia, and especially when, you know, not everyone from Furia is firing off. On T-side, you can get away with it because one guy can get 2 entries and the whole round's over. But on CT side, you need to be a bit more even strength, and G2 have a very, very confident T-side to bring into play. So it's just going to come down to, like, does the bite meet the bark, right? Is the execution going to meet up to the strategy? And we've seen some misses from both Furia and G2, but G2 should have less excuses considering this is the lineup they've been playing with. So let's see if they can put together a clean T-side like we know they can.
Oh my, whoa.
Okay, that's their own molly, man. Like, they're all just within, like, headshot.
They must just like the smell of burnt hair. I don't know.
Honestly, they just gave off so many sound cues and took so much damage from their own Molotov in a position they were going to push.
A little too clumped up.
They actually know that they're all here.
Ooh, wow. Right after the double scope. Art repositions and misses his second chance. G2 still creeping around outside as Amanek lingers downstairs. He's got a player getting all the closer. Vinny's back here just jump spotting the position. Nexa's going to find the kill versus Art. That was Art trying to challenge back towards CT spawn. So, ooh, caught off guard. Hunter jumps into the side of the vent. Now Vinny, he just turned his back. They have no clue he's here.
I think he might flank this way, right? I don't know.
And they're not going to check it. Vinny.
Oh, he's just sitting waiting. He doesn't know where they've got off to. A kill comes in. Man, it's just down to 2 MP9s is the problem.
The anxiety.
Yeah, they're going to post up, stay here in control, wait for someone to make a move. Vinny, has he made? No, the bomb is going to run past. Vinny has an opportunity. He can just deny the plant.
Stop the plant. Oh, but he peeks out and Amanek gives crucial cover. The amount of minute timings that could have played into the favor of Vinny's hands. And instead, we've got G2, 3 guys standing with a post plant down on that B site.
That was a very awkward start to the rounds.
How weird.
But honestly, they didn't do a good job of containing there. I'm almost positive Art heard.
He's 0-7? Art. He's 7-0. Art.
I'm trying to be serious, man.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
So Art was sitting outside a secret, heard them go into the Molotov, and like all of them take damage, and didn't see anybody else cross. So they knew they were down there, but no one was there waiting for like Hunter to come back through the squeaky. No one was pushed up to hold them in that angle, and then they got punished for it.
A little bit of a gap. Doesn't quite land it.
Leave that open pathway for Art. The event broken open. And yeah, Vinny's in a powerful spot as well. They're kind of giving up like an awkward space here, like sitting inside the vent, but they can maybe get a free peek off and fall back. And there's obviously only Nico here, but only we know that. They seem to be quite concerned about this position. Yuri's got a strong spot to hold against Mini.
They're about to walk right in. Back turned. Nice headshot
Whoa.
back from Nico. That is crisp.
That's a ridiculous trade, man. That's like basically a pre-fire on an angle that barely exists.
Again, they're kind of scouring the outside, looking for some kind of extension from the CT's. Honda, what are you? Whoa, whoa. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, throws himself out into the mixed bag of angles.
Making a lot of noise there, considering they could have been anywhere.
Those are the moments we're talking about.
Honda moments. The position where Art is in now, I think he feels some pressure to try to make a play happen. The tease, it's very confusing this round.
Just, what? Art snaps that back. He's got a player back behind him, so Art, he can afford to get a bit aggressive. Vinny could catch them off guard. He's got to clear the rest of the bomb site. Catching Hunter. Oh my god, but he takes so much damage that this still lends itself to G2's favor. K Serrato is going to make sound on his retake attempt, if he even plays it. He's got the kit.
Ugh. No smoke.
Yeah, and not much
They're
time.
basically on ramp control as well, so honestly, they'd have to throw this. There's no other way around it. K Serrato's got to hope they're making a bad decision, say, I doesn't even go for it. Man, watching this round from Furia's perspective was very unnerving. Like, it felt like they didn't really have a clue as to what G2 were doing. Like, Honda making that much noise inside of Mini showed that they had really no idea what was going on in a very negative way.
Yeah.
Where he probably should have had some conception that they might not have picked the site yet. So the communication, I'm saying, is a bit off here. They had a... What?
Yep.
What?
Yeah, I mean, like, look at the way the fact that he got that AK should have been the upgrade he take.
You could see.
Wow.
And we've seen Elige do this, like other players with the AUG, sit there on that angle and just like mow down 3, even though they know he's there.
Yeah.
It's such a powerful angle to kill people going towards Mini.
I was trying to pump him up.
The motivation high, I like that. Yeah, Nico gets this absurd trade.
Honda's in the corner. P250 just can't quite catch too much. K Serrato's got himself a deagle kill. This is looking a little bit awkward. K Serrato coming back, but Nico's got the headshots just like last round. He gets those crucial kills that alleviates the pressure and adds rounds to the tally. This is going to be G2 with an 11-9 lead. Art, save that op. Try and transition it into the next one, as G2 will rack up some cash here. They've already got $10,000 in the bank accounts between Amanek and Nico, and leaving 4 players alive in this one, it's going to bode very well for this T side.
Yeah, still time to be prudent here in the second half. Oh man, there's a lot to unpack about what is transpiring so far in these final moments. It's hard to tell where the game's going to go. There's just so many directions. I feel like definitely both teams are still in it in a very big way. So little has been shown in the second half, even though there's been some kind of crazy moments, very close calls. And maybe it just comes down to, you know, the economy, basically, to dictate who's going to come out ahead. Because right now, there's just so many ridiculous kills that happen and awkward rotations. Like, I wouldn't say either team's actually playing that great right now. Like, these past couple of rounds, maybe... just because it just seems a little bit too chaotic in a way that it feels like it's getting past Furia, but also G2 don't know like all the positions that are being pushed or where the information is being taken back. And so somewhat of a guessing game, but we see G2 are taking over a little bit, plus they're on T side, so it's a bit easier for them if they do lose players or rounds to continue to buy.
Dangerous game. Oof. And Art misses what could have been a crucial opening kill.
Actually nuts. Look at that from Nico's, perspective. He tries to bait that shot out.
Audio being offered.
Yeah, that's true.
Aye. Again, audio cues. Throws it up close. Nex is on high alert.
Yeah, true.
But it is safe to say these are the kinds of things that somebody... I mean, clearly Honda is skilled. Mechanically, individually, we've seen some awesome highlights coming out of him. He's got the clutch factor, but he has never in his life been punished this badly for those sorts of mistakes.
Sure, yeah.
Remember, this is his debut. And so, it's not too surprising that he's going to have to go through the bullying process of being punished for these kinds of moves. Still, a great round for G2. Opening kill very quickly given over as Art misses his one chance at that op shot. Nico is just looking so on point. Absolute killer instinct in a few of these rounds. And that lead slowly but surely extending to the favor of G2. And Yuri, it doesn't look like he's going to get out of here at all. K Serrato just trying to hide. Just trying to not be found. He's been spotted. Sprays down the first one. And Kenny no scope through the floorboards. Because why the hell not?
Well, okay. Maybe we can get that one. What the hell happened there? Okay, look out. He just stops on a dime. He doesn't even cross all the way around. Art tries to shoot, and you can see more of Art than Art can see of him. And here's where Honda's actually still in animation. He throws that smoke as if there's no one on the other side of it. So he's thinking a bit too far ahead. And if he was a bit more prudent, threw that smoke down and then pushed, he could have still actually got the kill because there was a whiff. So yeah, definitely feels like it is the experience and like not knowing where he's going to get punished that it keeps catching him off guard. And I think part of the charm of him is he knows when he needs to get somewhere. But in getting there, sometimes he makes some missteps.
Sure.
But it's good that he's trusting himself to like make confident reads like that. But it might end up costing them the game. Not just his plays. However, Art has died a few times outside. G2 are starting to look more and more comfortable. And again, they're on T side. So it's a bit more forgiving to make mistakes for their economy. It's the CT side that really have to be a lot more clinical about how they win.
Ooh, Hunter. Taking a bit of a risk. Shotgun from Art comes wide. 2 kills immediately for G2. 5 versus 3 versus a trio of Deegs. Vinny's at bat with 1, but again, successful trade kills coming through for G2, who will now lead 13-9 with a 5-round streak of round wins.
Yeah.
Very much charging up here on this T side.
Yeah, seems unlikely they're going to slow down at this point. So let's see what can be done differently. Art, he can't be playing by himself outside like that. That's not working. Now, we did see some great adaptations when some of his opening plays didn't work on these other 2 maps. So what is the change they're going to make is the question. Of course, you know, if you know that someone's going to go outside, you can get in their face if you want to, get that early information. But you can also try to subvert the offense completely, go for a lobby crunch, play from secret to deny from there. There's lots of options on Nuke on the CT side to not simply play in front of the smokes outside red. Why is Vinny sneakily eating like he's in a movie theater that he snuck snacks into? It's all good, man. You won't get in trouble. 4 rounds ahead. Our G2 on fire, and yeah, economy's just bustling. Like this will be tough. I'm definitely focusing on Art for this round. You know, we see what the whole plan is based on what he does and where he takes the risks. And yes, it looks like he's just going to call in for some support outside this time. Playing 2 close outside mini with him on the back of red, waiting for the cross, maybe hoping they don't actually come this time, not sure. But I think this makes the most sense. He's aligned slightly here with Yuri. But he's not up front. And Nico, yeah, will be a telling role between him and him.
Grenades start to sail forward. He just threw his smoke, so had that molly met his feet, he'd be doomed. Nico gives chase to Yuri. Art decides to come out from this. Man, despite the unsuccessful attempts, Art's still looking to brim with confidence on these plays. Good spray from Honda through smoke.
Okay.
That's a bit of a gifted 5v4. You hang on to that, and you try to take your 10th round win with it. Man advantage for Furia. Not something we've seen them work with all too often on the CT side, but they opened up ramp G2, and they're able to just parade their way down into the B site. Honda down here trying to stop the bomb plant, but already deep control. Amanek on the right side of this. Honda, again, just getting so aggressive that we see G2 caught off guard. Amanek's able to answer, swings the doors out. Honda not able to add a 3rd frag to his name, but 20 seconds remain for G2 to try and close this.
They could potentially get a safe plant in here, and Art, he won't have line of sight on anybody. to help him with this. And then T comes out, and Hunter could win this duel. Could be everything. Comes down to Kenny S in the 1v2. He's in the dark spot. He's going to have to hit both shots.
And he's already scoped in, so any movement on this scope will give the audio cues. This guy's like a magnetized Cyclops, flashbang high. He peeks wide, and he's got them both turned, but no kills to his name, and a 10th round on the scoreboard for Furia.
The action opping was a very cool attempt. The flashbang goes high, so that's awkward to try to turn from. Almost is able to find one. If he gets one, he can play the delay, but he wasn't going to sit and wait until he found that first. And this is the very important kill. Actually, an amazing round by Honda. And yeah, it almost had this effect of him teleporting with how fast he got into lower. That is really great to see. You know, confident rotations, and sometimes it looks bad, sometimes it looks great.
A testament to your point.
Yeah.
It's not. He knows when he needs to do something or get somewhere.
Yeah.
It's just he also makes a lot of noise in the process. But those are two moments where noise is not a factor. Spam the smoke because you know what's up. Go for the rush into the bomb site and deny that bomb plant. It worked out wonderfully. They put an end to that spree of victories. 5 in a row for G2, and Furia answer back, but Nico getting the head of Art. We have seen him die outside more than once or twice.
This is the kind of demo you don't want to watch. Okay, if you want to learn from Nico, he's controlling outside like a player, like no other player can at this point. He's killed Art so many times. He's put pressure on Yuri. He's activated this lower hit, and he's taken down the offer. And this is something they didn't do last round, but every time they have, it's almost always resulted in a round 1.
Honda gets bullied back from his CT peak. 4 Ts downstairs. Shoulder to shoulder. An Armada on the offense. But they're going to play this patiently. Go for the boost. Look for the angles. Counter-terrorists only now arriving. Honda, this is a big play, but he's met by resistance. 3 Ts ready for the peak. Vinny slips into the dark corner, and if they pinch this from Decon, he's doomed, but he finds the better of the timing, and Vinny goes for a little bit more. Gets a second kill before Kenny cancels him out. 2v2, and Yuri hits the dirt because Kenny S is on point with this op. Plenty of time for the bomb plant. Let's see it, K. Serrato. He's already made some sound.
Oh, he can't be too shy about this one. He's got enough time to do a running fake like that. Try to bait it, but look, he's already turning away. It is too tough, man, to win these 1v2s on lower. He needs more of a setup, and Kenny S, with the swiftness, finding that second kill is everything. Opens up the plant position, brings it to a 2v1, just straight up player advantage, and that is the dropped op from Art outside once again. It has to be underscored, highlighted, written in italics, okay? The fact that Art is dying to Nico over and over again, but not just that. That he has the right, with an op, to try to take that duel versus a rifle anytime he wants, okay? He's supposed to win. But they just cannot kill Nico because he is cut from a different cloth. And Nico has the confidence to call in a match like this. I'm going to go outside. I'm going to control outside. I'm going to open up this round for us. If not, I'm going to live so long. I'm going to be such a nuisance. I'm going to bait out tons of grenade. I'm usually going to get the kill and just do that over and over again by himself. It makes it feel like there are 6 players on the map. And it is unreal, the audacity of him to do it over and over again and to still win versus Art opping.
And this map now has shades of Inferno. Streaks of victories from G2, a one-off round win from Furia. Their entire economy on the line here in round 25. MP9 for Honda. Single kit on K. Serrato. And a far more tempered set of aggression from G2. They hold the line, they wait, and they throw some utility into the A site. This could definitely fluster Furia, but Art hits the blind shot into Nexa. That's a big pickup. Again, not often that they find these 5v4s, so they absolutely have to make the most of this one.
Yeah, but listen, they actually, you know, G2 are compensated. They move into lower off of this, and they know Art is not outside watching. So this means not only do they cross this time, but this time Art can't even say that they did.
But he's in position to try and stop it. They're going to go for the side peek. Let's see if Art has what it takes to flick into this. They miss the boost, go for the double peek. Nico killing Art through the floorboards. And a 4v2 is what we're left with. Nico, though, 15 HP. Minimal health to work with.
Any nade?
But Kenny S We've seen some slick shots. Let's see what he has to offer as him and Nico both take one. Kenny delivers the double. And Cacerado so far removed from the situation that he goes to save again. 15 rounds for G2.
Another abysmal situation for Cacerado. All he can see is the kill feed in disappointment as he walks away from another 1v2. Another critical 2K from Kenny S. A 2v4 between him and Nico. And fantastic shots all around. Look at this. With the accuracy and the swiftness for match point of all things. Unreal stuff here from G2. That was a losing round, but they did make some critical plays into lower with speed to get a lot of progress done early. They did have to lose Nexa early on, but they got into lower. Art was in the position on the stairs. They just traded him out, and the rotations were just far enough away. Nico throws the right Molotov to the left side of ramp, allows for the plant. They work together in perfect harmony. Another timeout would be called. That is a deflating round to lose, but a very, very impressive 2v4 for a G2. That's one to remember.
4v5 turned 2v4 results in a round win.
You know, you said it. 14 HP. And for some reason, it still felt like they were in it just because they were moving at such a good tempo. And then they deliver those first two kills. And then in the 2v2, they're actually in an advantage with the op, even though Nico's low, because they can lurk around. And that's just, you know, Cacerado, once again, he can clutch these rounds 1v2. But, you know, in those situations, like, they're not going to throw them away.
5 map and match points. G2 have not looked immortal, but the round wins consistent. 5 chances to close this opening match at the Blast Global Finals. Nico creeping and crawling into the A site. He finds Vinny. Look at that setup. Fury had no idea that he had allowed Vinny to die like that. And now Nexa looks to make the most of this position because they just shaved the player off. Sure enough, Art playing with his nades caught out. And it's now a 4v3 for G2 as they look to sink their teeth into the A site. They've left Hunter outdoors. 2 counter-terrorists over towards Mini, but 1 doubles back towards Heaven where they're met by a Molotov. They have to wait. Flashbangs go outwards and Honda, he's stuck on the ladder. Hunter creeping ever closer. Nails slowly being hammered into the coffin as Cacerado finally has to commit to a clutch. But at what cost? A 1 versus 4, utility in front of him. There is no chance he wins this. G2 take the series.
A perfect round to end on. Such good coordination from G2 throughout the second half. A clinical T-side, and it had all the fixes. Some clutches, some great entries, ridiculous refrags, a very impressive map from G2 across a very impressive map from series from both teams. That was fun to watch. It was explosive. It wasn't perfect at first, but it was impressive for a number of reasons. For Furia, for Honda, for G2 coming in for this